Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Hurricane Elsa. So, we'll be taking a look at the cone first to start off things. And as you guys can see, that we do have with the 2 p.m. advisory. See, we have a little island over here that's added onto the tropical storm watch, and then hurricane watches and warnings are issued for Jamaica with some tropical storm warnings. We have hurricane watches and warnings for this area, and some tropical storms watches on the side right here and along with these islands right here. So with the cone, with our 2 o'clock advisory, you guys can see that we've had a little bit of shift with this cone right here since the 11 o'clock advisory. So what's going to happen is I think that we might be seeing potential hurricane fest has been showing the last few last run has been showing very weak, and right now it is actually going to hit a category 2 is in the future, so we think it's going to hit a category 2 now. If you actually take a look at the satellite imagery, if you guys look, that we're seeing a lot of rotation and healthiness in the storm with it getting more stronger. So you guys can see a little bit of rotation in the storm. The center is defined right here, as you guys see, and we do have a little bit of African dust right on top of it, and maybe some of it in front of it. This can take 2-3 ways of the storm. So the first way is hitting the middle of the Florida area, then making its way into the Atlantic area. That's the second way, and third way is the panhandle of Florida, between panhandle all the way up to parts of Tampa. So this is 3 ways. I'm green. None of the models of GFS are green currently right now. So if we go down here to the wind probability of tropical storm force winds, so here we go. You guys can see we have a bunch of force winds are for the islands right here of Peachy, and then you guys can see Jamaica's at a 20%, between 20 to 50% of seeing tropical force winds extending up to Florida, the Key West, up now to a 50% chance right now as we stand to speak, and then eventually sting all the way up into Virginia with the next advisory probably. So we looked at that real fast, and we're going to take a look at probably the GFS ensembles. Or no, let's take a look at this real fast on tropical tidbits. All right, so this is our tropical storm, our tropical hurricane Elsa. I know I keep thinking this tropical storm. So right now our pressure, center pressure is 991 right now as we speak. Very strong. Actually, getting stronger every time we talk. Our KT is 75, which is 85 miles per hour in miles per hour. So right now we're close to get to Cat 2. It has to be all the way up to 84, all the way to 95 KTs. And in miles per hour, we have to see 96 all the way to 110 for a Cat 2. So that's going to get there soon. The center pressure has to be between 965 all the way to 979, which is only about 9 away from hitting that point. So we keep on looking. Let's go down here. So here is the this is the GFS. Actually, let's look at something else real fast before we start to. I do want to take a look at the most recent. Let's see something else. Actually, I'm trying to look for it right now. I don't think this is updated right now. Let's look at the 18. Let's see. Not currently updated right now, but we're going to take a look at this real fast. So you guys can see that um, with this new run of the GFS, this is the 18Z, and you guys can see this might actually be from yesterday's. So we're just going to take a look at some more stuff. Oh, before we get into that, we're going to be taking a look at the forecast models. Let's see. The GFS and European CMC are not agreeing currently right now. Hopefully they agree soon. If not, then we have to use history and accountable to see what we're going to be see our future storm. So as you guys can see, the GFS has a weaker storm by tomorrow or later on tonight. If we keep playing and hitting the you guys can see that is at 1002, right in front of Jamaica, and then making its way into Cuba, and then eventually making its way into the Mexico. And you guys can see that it's 1007. So this is very weak compared to last run, and we compare it to last run, 983. Very it has been very weak with this run. Normally we're going to see the noise in the background. We're going to see a trend to the more the north, and like this going more of the east, with a track like this, or we're going to see it be but the reason why I think the GFS in Europe is weaker, I don't see it now because the storm is almost as category 2 currently. We're in this area, and if you take a look, actually I want to show a thing real fast. Actually, going to show that we're going to have a bunch of fuel for this storm. Excuse me. So you guys can see, we look right here, zoom in real fast. You guys see in the right here, this is where our MDR is really common right now. This is main development region where most of our storms, you'll get your this is around June, July, and in August will start to get down to here. August, September, and October. Not October. October is more like in this area right here. But this is your August. So A stands for August. The J stands for July. And this is where our storm is currently going there, almost at a Cat 2. And it says as soon as it enters the Caribbean Sea. Sorry that there's noise in the background. But you guys can see that once it ends up in the Caribbean Sea, the GFS European are saying, done. It's going to go back to a tropical storm. I don't think it's going to be that case. I think, just to be honest, it's going to be more of a stronger storm. It's just a matter of where we're going to see the storm take its place. If we see it, let's go back to this one. All right, we're going. So the storm is currently right in here. It's a matter of time if we see it taken to the Atlantic side, or we see it going into the Tampa Bay side, or do we take it more into the Panhandle side? That's just something we're kind of having trouble agreeing on with the models, and it has happened times with these storms able to make it around the islands. I said, look at this. This is right now. This GFS is saying 1002 as a pressure. That's completely off right now. It's at right now your pressure is around 991 right now, so that's completely off. So the GFS I would not really go off of right now. It could be right about the track. I think the GFS and European are kind of underestimating the storm. We're just only about 4 to 5 days out from landfall. That's going to be a problem because this storm could be a bit stronger than anticipated, what the models are saying. So we just have to keep an eye on that. Now, if we do a look at the European, and we look and see, the European is kind of saying the same thing, weak. So now they're both great on the weakness. So the storm's right here. You play it, then right here, and then you play it right here. Now, the European is saying it's going to take that land side, get absorbed by your front, and there you go. The storm's right there, and carried by your front. So that's something we do. Oh wait, no, this is from the last round. Let's go to now's run. All right, here we go. So now I will say that the European is kind of agreeing with the GFS now. If you look, um, if you play it earlier, if we go to earlier's run, the European was saying this side, with that 2 o'clock updation now is saying the Gulf of Mexico side. So I'm really going to be seeing impacts with the all the way up from New Orleans, anywhere from the Key West right now. That's where our focus is on right now. The European is kind of green with the GFS too. You see, you got right there. Very weak though. That's the thing about it. Very weak, and I think these storms are underestimating it way too much, in my opinion. So we do have to keep an eye on that because that's something that could be a potential problem for people that are not prepared for the storm, and we wait too long to prepare it, and it's gonna be like a category 2 in the Gulf of Mexico. Because you do have to keep in mind that the Gulf of Mexico is a very warm body of water right now. It's very like it's in the 80s right now. So not the best 8, but 87 degrees for the average right now. So we do have to keep in mind with that. So that's something we do have to watch. Now going back to this map, if you look right here, like I was saying, this is our main field for the storm, and this is good field where we are right now. It's currently not in the best field right now, but it's going to get there once it gets into that Cuba area. We're going to see a good field for that storm. So we look at our some other stuff. If we look at here, this is our pretty much all of our stuff by the National Weather Service, our Hurricane Center. Here. As you guys can see, that some models are jumbling, like we're still in half. Right, these are a bunch, but a lot of the main models are agreeing on this side right now with the European. Now, I am a little surprised the European is kind of agreeing on the GFS along with it. We're going to be checking out our sea temperatures, so we zoom in real fast and look. So, if we look right here, we're gonna change this color real fast. We're turning it into purple because that's a better flow. So as you guys can see, um, like I said, around Cuba, that's when we're seeing a lot of hot water right now. Even the Gulf of Mexico, we're seeing a lot of warm water too. So this thing is in very favorable conditions. We're talking about 33, even the maximum up here, which is around a good, let's say, 87 degrees around there, 87, 90. So sorry for the noise in the background. So that's something we do have to keep out for. So if we look at our this is something to keep in mind too. I actually forgot to take a look at this. Um, Staying live for a few minutes. Do a quick live stream. To get some people updated on. I'm putting my own calculations with this new 18Z updation. You guys can see that a lot of malls are keeping it, maybe even into category 2. We are beginning to see some malls are split up in half, saying category 1 all the way up to a tropical storm. My opinion is going to, if it does make its way into the Gulf of Mexico, I feel like it's going to be either a strong tropical storm or a weak hurricane category 1. If it does hold its intensity, if we go back to our satellite radar, actually let's take a look at something else. So I'm going to look up um, weather nerds. Weather nerds. I don't have it up here. So we're gonna look at weather nerds real fast. Weather nerds. All right, so here we go, right here. And if we look, with sorry for the noise in the background, guys. Family around. So right now we're currently let's look at some satellite images. And as you guys can see, if we go down here, I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the all right, let's see. Other regions. Let's see. Let's look at this one. Wait for the load. Alrighty. Actually, let's look at something else. Here we go. Alrighty. You know what? Let's do something else. Alright. Here you go. Alright, so guys, we're looking at this right here. So pretty much our storm is located. Wow. I think this is completely off from where we're from. Let's try to get the United States. This is West Pacific. Let's click right here. I'm gonna zoom in real fast on this storm right now. Let's zoom in. You know what? Actually, let's zoom in from Cuba all the way up to here. Let's update plot, and right here, this is our current storm. Let's get our let's loop it right now. So if we look, wait for the load. So as you guys can see that we're going to be, like I said, you can see a very rotation in this eye right here right now. There's no eye wall right now, but you can see a very rotation and it's strengthening, crossing just over the islands over here of Campeche. So just passing them, it was just in front of them this morning. That explains to you how fast the storm is moving. So it can be a very dangerous storm that's being moving real fast. Like I said, this is a very well-defined storm. That's the thing about it. You see a lot of rotation in this circle right here. A lot of rotation, a healthy rotation for it, which is going to make it good for the storm. So we are measuring too real fast. Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. Like I said, I think this one, yeah, this one has have a measuring too. So our center currently right now, let's get from there. All right. The measuring tool doesn't want to work today. I guess so. All right, let's see. See if it works. No, it ain't gonna work. But you guys can get a visual idea that we could possibly see it making this type of right here. So, nothing to really. Let's actually close this real fast. So, if we look, pretty much that this is very well defined storm. That's the thing about it. Making this way into maybe the Jamaica. We're not seeing no cloud cover from Jamaica, but something we do have to keep an eye out on because this is something that's going to be something we do have to keep an eye out on. So we go for timing for winds. So we're expecting. Let's see this. We're gonna look at the timing for winds. All right. So here's your timing for winds right here. As you guys can see, that the storm is currently right here, and pretty much. Sorry, guys, had someone walking. All right, so like I was saying, so let's time these winds out for you guys, so we can expect Florida to start edge of Florida, Key West could start to get some winds around Sunday 8 p.m. and eventually maybe. As of right now, we stand with this time right now. It's not confirmed that we're going to expect these same time winds, but you can start to see in the middle of that Florida is going to start getting that wind around maybe Sunday 12 p.m. around there. So, this is a little not updated now because the storm is actually currently the center is currently there, so that's a little bit off right now. So, sorry for the noise in the background, guys. It's baby sister. So if we go into the back and we're gonna look at the shear map actually. So here's our shear map, and as you guys can see, I'm gonna mark the United States for you guys if you cannot. So we got Texas right here, and then Florida right here. So you guys can tell this is north right here. So as you guys can see, our storm is currently right here. It is having some type of favorable wind shear on the side of it. If I can actually change this color, let's change it to blue actually. All right, so here we go. As you guys see, we do have a little bit of wind shear on it. Let's just do this real fast. There's the United States. Let's fix that real fast. There's the United States, as you guys can see here. And you guys can see that we have a bit of wind shear with that storm. And that's where your high is right now. That's where the Bermuda high is right now. As you guys can see, that's where our high is. You can see some wind shear getting stuck up into it right now with unfavorable. But you kind of got that favorable, mainly located in the favorable region right now. So that shear is not really hurting it right now. It's not too many stuff to talk about. Here's the hurricane hunters right here. This was 2 hours ago. You guys can see. I wish I could get it up here. Nah, I can't get up there. Let's see something else. Our official. Let's see what else we can look at. Our wind shear right here. You guys can see that where our storm is. It's wrong one. You guys can see that our storm is currently. We change colors to our purple. So right here, you guys can see our storm is currently right in here right now. Just a little bit of wind shear, right up off of pretty much parts of Puerto Rico. The islands, the Bahamas over here. We got a little bit of wind shear, but not too much wind shear. That's gonna be hurting very weak wind shear. So it's not gonna be hurting this. This wind shear is expected to move off. So it's not really gonna hurt the storm really. I said this storm is not in the best situation right now, but it's not a good enough situation to help it. All right, so these are our winds that we're seeing in here as of right now. This is your top layers. So you go back down here, and pretty much, this is what we're going to see. We're actually going to take a look at the weathernerds.com if you guys are wondering what this app is. All right, so here you guys go. You guys can actually see a very vital rotation on this right here. So we erase this real fast, and we're gonna go get the circle, and I'm gonna wait for it to replay. So you guys can see a vital circle. As it gets nighttime, it's not really able to be seen, but you guys can see that we're seeing a rotation with the storm, which is actually pretty impressive for a July storm, fighting wind shear, African dust, dry air, stuff like that, and then eventually make it into a. So I think the GFS, the European, are not agreeing. If we go take a look at the CMC, actually, I forgot to include that with our storm or our update. As you guys can look, if you guys are wondering, Mike's weather page right here. This is Mike's weather page, spaghetti-models.com. You guys, I'll probably put a link after this video. So if we look down here, let's go to the CMC. Click on this real fastest way to get the tropical tidbits. And as you guys are tracking the storm, make sure you go by your meteorology for your guys' safety, because your safety comes first. Make sure you guys are safe. So make sure you go off your meteorology, your local weatherman, or your national weatherman too, just for you guys' safety. So we go into our CMC. The CMC was updating earlier. The CMC, I think, like I said, all these models are kind of playing it off. I don't know, because CMC says dying off and then making landfall in the Carolinas. I don't know. And the thing is, the reason why I don't agree with the CMC or the GFS or European right now is because if you look right here. All right, you see 1006, and you go back here. So we're talking about right here 1010. So I'm gonna put one. Let's make that a 0, 10. I know these ain't the best numbers, and we go into here 1006. I know these ain't the best number, and they're talking about 999. How's it forming down here in the Outer Banks? Where is, I know these ain't the best numbers. I ain't good at drawing here. So how is this from right here? Even back here, if you look back here, you come back here, even in the islands right here, 1004. This is where you're going to start forming. This is where your hot water is. You're nice. No windshield dry, no dry air, nothing. This is where you get during this time of year. The CMC, GFS, and European are seeming to not get it, and saying tomorrow morning we're going to wake up to a weak tropical storm in the parts of the um, ocean down there. I forgot the name totally. I don't know. I don't understand how I forgot the name. Uh, the Caribbean Sea. It just came off the top of my head. I have a lot to think. I'm trying to think of the next things I'm thinking of right now because it's a lot to cover, and my first time tracking the tropics since last year. So I'm just trying to think a lot to put in an organized way and put it in an easy way so people can understand. Instead of big words. That's why I talk very small and not big words. But the thing is that we go back to our right here. This is where you're going to see your most development. If we go back here, you guys can see. We go back down here, bringing this map back up. You guys can see that the Caribbean Sea is our main development where we're going to have all that fuel for storms. That storm is entering a fuel. Even right here, you still got a little bit of fuel compared to down here. You're saying it's going to die down here and not become a hurricane or even die down to a weak tropical storm. I don't buy that. I think the models are just, they're more of, they're not. I think the European is putting too much of its history um, in place now. This is how I feel personally. If we look at this right fast, these are all your models runs. You got the H Wharf, stuff like that, and you guys can see that we're seeing a big jumbo with the malls right here. Now the European has been jumping on with the GFS now board with the parts of the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm gonna put G and the best of G Mexico. GM. That's what we're just gonna put right there. That's the easiest abbreviation. You guys can see, and this is Atlantic. We only have maybe one, two that are sticking with Atlantic. Now that the GFS and European is aborting that it's going to be in the Gulf of Mexico, I think it's not safe to say, but it's close to say that we might be potentially seeing landfall from the Panhandle all down to Key West. That's possible right now. That's our possible solutions with the storm. Um, so really, I think the CMC is showing a complete ball game, different ball game. It's saying like this, and then right here. Sorry for the noise in the background. So this is I think the CMC is wrong. I think all these models are wrong to be honest. I think A is gonna make landfall on the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida or the Panhandle of Florida as a weak hurricane or a strong tropical storm. Those are my two things. I just don't see it. The reason why I don't see it is because a lot of models are saying when the National Hurricane Center is stating that it's going to be a hurricane. Now, I think my bet on this money is these are going to be changed into hurricanes within the next 2 to 3 days. So I feel like that's what's going to be happening with the next 2 to 3 days. This is how I feel, honestly. These might be changed to hurricane. At least these two, I think they're going to be changed into hurricane. Maybe, actually, you know what? I think this one might be changed to hurricane. I think this one will stay storm because it might weaken. But then once we start to see that, this is probably going to be changed to 8. I have my money on that because I feel like The reason why they're not going past this age right here because they don't want to discontinue what the CMC is saying. They're trying to count in all the models right now. And the GFS and European with it saying weaken, they got to keep an eye on that because they don't want to sit there and look dumb and sit there and say put H for all of these and then looking like a tropical storm when the models were right to begin with. I'm not saying that this could possibly be weakening here, but I just don't see it weakening within this time when you got hurricane warnings and watches for parts of the islands right here, and we're talking about a weak tropical storm. I just don't see that. I think the malls are just they're underestimating the storm. That's the problem with it. I feel like I think they need to be a little bit stronger with the storm because this is how I feel. And if we look at another thing, this is actually a good thing to look at. Um, right here. This is our water vapor loops right here. We already saw this. Let's close all these so my computer don't crash. As we wait for that to load, we're going to see, let's take a look at something else. This is right here. This is really good to see where your hurricanes are. Okay, yeah, it can't be reached, I think. Alright, it can't be reached. It's fine. But, as you guys can see right here, that if we look right here, where the storm's entering, it can support a pressure of 910 right now or 940, which is a good hurricane right now. But you go down to here, this thing, because you got your tropical storm, your tropical depressions, tropical depression, tropical storm. H1 stands for category 1, H2 category 3, or category 2, category 3. You get it. But we could see that in the Gulf of Mexico, it could support a category 5 currently right now. And then you can see it can support a category 4 or 3 in the Caribbean Sea. So, like I said, I don't know what's to do with the storm. This storm is almost predictable, and it's a little concerning because we're only seeing 5 days out from now. Only 5 days out from probably landfall now. I won't be posting a video tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday because I will be traveling out of town due to the 4th of July. I might bring my laptop and maybe film a quick video if anything, go live real fast. Maybe turn on the camera, show you guys a little bit around, and until next time, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. I normally don't like doing stuff like this because of my atmosphere around the house is very chaotic, really loud. I have a big family around me, so hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If I have anything, just comment down below. If you want to see anything, you guys got any good websites you guys want me to practice on, any questions you guys have. I can't get you, I'll answer back, or I might not be right. If I feel like I ain't right, then I'll just type in I don't know or sorry I don't know or something like that. It's time.